The Conan team have released another dev blog, this time covering the rework of attributes, perks and corruption. A lot of people have shown interest in this, so let's look at what's coming. The blog starts off with a quick statement of intent where Funcom say they've realised that certain attributes and perks have become extremely meta and others have basically become useless, creating a very stale repertoire of choices. This is something they wanted to address with this change to make things more unique and interesting. This update has 3 goals in the rework. The first is to majorly rebalance perks and attributes to improve overall viability. The second is to integrate sorcery into attributes in a universe-friendly way, and the third is to introduce an added element of unique choice in character progression. These changes will have far-reaching effects on combat, followers, resource gathering and plenty of other things, and of course you'll also be able to corrupt your perks with sorcery, which we'll touch on later. So firstly, the system has been vastly simplified. The maximum number of attribute points you can earn is reduced from 390 to 60, and each attribute now maxes out at 20 points with a flat cost for each level, so the cost does not ramp up anymore. This is intended to make every point you put into a skill feel more impactful. You earn a new perk every 5 points, and at level 10 and 20 you can choose between 2 different perks. I'll admit some of these new perks look pretty cool. One example is the final perk of agility, in which you can choose Rolling Thrust, where your first attack after a dodge costs no stamina and has increased armor penetration. Other examples from the expertise tree are the Builder perk, which makes your buildings more stable, and Survivalist, which makes your tools last a lot longer, whilst also significantly reducing your hunger and thirst. From the Authority tree, Well Trained allows your active followers to have increased attributes, and War Party increases your maximum followers by 1, with the downside of your stats no longer influencing your followers' damage output. The final example, which I presume is from Grit, is Shield Master, which lets you block unblockable attacks at a higher stamina cost, whilst also being able to react twice as quickly after a successful block. These are just a few of the new perks, and there are plenty more, both regular and corrupted, that we'll have to wait for Test Live to see. With the new maximum of 20 points per attribute, you can max out a total of 3 trees if you want to. Of course, you can also spread your points across multiple trees, which should make you more versatile across different areas. Some of the previous attributes have been replaced by new ones. The list of new attributes is Strength, Agility, Vitality, Authority, Grit and Expertise. Some of the screenshots in this blog still show Charisma and Craftsmanship, which I believe was said on the dev stream. They are being renamed to Authority and Expertise respectively. So enough about that, let's get to the cool stuff. Corrupted perks. Sorcery comes at a cost, and that cost is being corrupted, which will have an effect on your abilities, health, stamina, and appearance. Of course, power demands sacrifice, and thus channeling that corruption into your physical form and your skills is the next step of that sacrifice. You'll be able to corrupt Strength, Vitality, and Authority to gain new corrupted perks, though you will need Soul Essence to be able to do so. To gather that resource, you'll be able to tear the soul from the body of a living human that you've introduced to the sacrificial stone. You must use the soul essence to corrupt your abilities, with each point of corruption costing 1 soul essence. Therefore, to fully corrupt perk tree you will need a whole 20 soul essence. It does seem that this process of corrupting your skills is what makes corruption permanent. From what I can glean from the dev blog, it seems that if you were to stand in front of a dancer whilst you had just regular old corruption, it would be cleansed. But if you had invested those corruption points into your perks, that is when it becomes permanent and can only be cleared with a stat reset potion. Corrupted perks are acquired at the same intervals as normal perks and replace the previous perk. Each corruption point spent after that perk will also gradually increase how strong that previous perk is. Corrupted perks are only discovered when you meet the requirements for them, and not all of them will be directly related to the actual casting of sorceries. An example given is one of the corrupted perks for Strength, which will increase your damage beyond what it can normally do, but will also cost you maximum health and stamina, creating a sort of low stamina glass cannon kind of build, especially if you're already on 50% corruption. Aside from that, no other corrupted perks are mentioned, likely so we can discover them on our own. This rework looks really good. Even though I don't play survival much, the few times I have, levelling up never really felt that unique. Now with this rework, it seems that people are able to create builds that are much more unique and tailored to what activities they want to engage with. As always, I would love to hear your opinion on these changes in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, all the links to my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Patreon, Host Havoc affiliate page, NordVPN discount and NordPass discount are available in the description below. However, of course, you can simply just leave a like, a comment or subscribe. Any of those are very greatly appreciated. Patrons get a bunch of nice benefits, including sneak peeks of videos, your name in every video, custom made wallpapers in 1080p and 4K resolutions, full-size build blueprints, Discord roles and more. As always, a massive thanks to our patrons Sadialot, Randar, Connor, Ivy, Torn, Ill-Fated, Coffeeman04, Jacques, Marion Ladd, Baron, Ghosty Pants, Ryan, Ben, Alfric, Eagle Rose, Melanie, and X Screechers X. As always, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.